Hi guys, Knife Detector here. You remember this guy, right? I made a video on him a while back. I had given a knife like this to my brother several years ago, and I made a sheath for him, and I borrowed it back so I could size the sheath for it. Well, since I gave it to him and I made a sheath for it, I decided to myself, I told myself, I kind of really like that knife. I think I want to get one for myself. And then I found one on eBay a few months ago. Found one on eBay, and this one had the bail on it, which I'm going to show you in greater detail right now in a bit. And it had the original sheath, which I've never seen one of these things before. And so I'm faced with a couple of choices here, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So you guys know what this is. This is a Navy pilot survival knife. It's a 2-blade knife. It's a very large knife. It's about 6 inches long. It's a heavy knife to have, and it's something that was given as part of a pack that would be given out to troops and pilots. And I think it was a survival pack that they would have in case they went down. And so one of my viewers also mentioned that there was another knife by the Army. I think he said the Army Corps. I think that's what he said. That had an identical knife, but it did not have the bail. And the difference was that the Navy knife did have the bail, and the Army knife did not. I may be wrong. I'm going based on memory of what my viewer told me, but it sounds pretty accurate. Now, this particular knife that I bought, I did pay. I sold one or two knives to get this one. I did pay $85 for this, and that's after a little bit of haggling. Usually in this condition, you get them for around $100. Now, it does have a flaw. I'd say about an inch is missing from this blade that broke off probably sometime a long time ago. And so in order to open this blade, I actually have to use something else to pry it open so I can pull it up. And not too thrilled about that, but realistically, I'm not going to use this blade much. This, I'm talking about the saw. Now, the main blade, though, it is extremely sharp. But whoever used this did some sharpening on this, and it wasn't fantastic sharpening. They did leave some deep sharpening marks there. So what I did is I did patina this a little bit. I patinaed this with some white vinegar for a little bit, and to try and mask some of those sharpening mistakes. And that's after I did do a little bit of polishing, but some of those are just never going to mask them again. Not able to mask them without really losing some of that blade. And I don't want to lose any of the blade on a knife that's from 1940 or so, because they made these from the late 30s to mid 40s, and I really don't want to lose any of the blades. So I didn't do a whole lot to try and polish off those really deep scratches, sharpening marks. So I kind of left it. And this is a Colonial, Providence, Rhode Island. And as you can see, I did do some cleaning on it, but this is a vintage piece, so I didn't touch it too much. That's the bail. It's a very heavy-duty bail. And the thing that I really liked about this one is that it came with a sheath. So let me show you the sheath. Put that down. This is the sheath it came in. As you can see, it's not perfect. It says USN, U.S. Navy. There's a hole here. It looks like it came with a hole. That looks like a very round mark right there on each side. And then it just tore a little bit more as time went on. And I'm assuming that this kind of was to hang it from their pack, wherever they had. And the knife is really heavy. So this piece actually protrudes a little bit, just maybe an eighth of an inch from the bolster on a knife that's complete, and it is missing this piece. And so because of that, I think that little piece eventually ripped this sheath right here. And so it still holds it in place, but if it rips anymore, it'll probably slip out. And then this belt loop eventually gave way as well. Of course, I don't think I'm going to refurbish this at all, because this is a vintage sheath and you never ever see these. So I don't think I'm going to touch this at all. what I'm going to do is probably just store it there and use it to store the knife, and so you can continue to house it and protect it for the years that it has left, right? And this is a very tough piece. This piece will probably outlast me, to be honest with you. And the teeth on this blade still look like they can do some serious cutting. But man, this main blade right here, it is sharp, guys. It is extremely sharp. I really like it because this type of carbon steel, the carbon steel just, I don't have to tell you, it takes a fantastic edge and they're easy to sharpen. So I did patina it because I wanted to mask a little bit of those sharpening marks that it had there. But with a knife this age that's not a beauty queen, realistically, it's never going to be perfect again. I wanted to make it to where if I want to pull it out, if I want to use it for something, I can. If I want to show my friends, use it as a conversation piece, I can totally do that. But this is just a great looking knife, guys. Look at the shape of that blade. It's got a little bit of wear. If you go back and you see that video that I made on the one I had given my brother several years ago, it's not as nice as his. His blade looks very close to pristine. Mine does not. Mine has some use on there. Check out this high impact plastic. The way this is made with these ridges so that you can grip it really well. Like I mentioned in the other video, this knife has a design that if you wanted to, you can use it as an attitude adjuster as well. Because it's so heavy, it just kind of looks like some type of a billy club or something, So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close some of these blades. I'm going to put it in the sheath so you can see what it looks like in the sheath. Then we're going to go ahead and end this video. I've already done another video on this same type of knife, but this is going to be the number 6 video in that vintage knife series that I was doing. Beyond this, I have a couple of other videos. I'm going to do a video on a marbles knife, and then I have a video on a very large frost knife. I think it's called the Comanche. And then after that, I have about, 4 or 5 videos on just elephant toes, just elephant toe knives, right? Oh, and I also have a vintage Spyderco Harpy ATS steel. I think it's ATS 55 steel. It's the vintage steel that they used to use for the Spydercos. Anyway, I have that video coming up as well. So I got about 3 more videos after this one, and then like 4 or 5 just elephant toes. I'm really excited about something I'm waiting in the mail too. It is an elephant toe. And that's probably going to round off that elephant toe series I'm doing. But anyway, I wanted to give you a heads up. This is the Knife Detector channel. If you like all kinds of knives, this is the channel for you. I make videos on knives that pretty much span 100 years or so. And some modern, mostly vintage, usually always used, but never boring. So this is the Knife Detector signing off, saying God bless you, my friends. Take care. Keep your blades sharp, but keep your wits even sharper.